Hey, I'm Caleb from Caleb's Aviation. Welcome back to the channel and an all-new episode of Aviation News. A lot of topics have happened in June and July, so let's get right into it. The first topic today, Qantas and Airbus have broken the world record for a non-stop flight. On the 27th of July 2026, the airline's first A350, a custom-built A350-1000ULR, departed Melbourne Airport bound for Toulouse in France, home to the Airbus delivery center. This A350, registered Foxtrot Whiskey Uniform Lima Romeo, is a custom-built A350 set to be delivered to Qantas for their Project Sunrise missions. However, this test flight was operated by Airbus test pilots and crew. This test flight has rewritten the rules on non-stop flying, becoming the longest ever non-stop flight, eclipsing the record held by Boeing and a 767-200LR, the World Liner, which flew from Hong Kong to London in 2005, covering 21,601 kilometers in 22 hours 42 minutes flying time. And just as a reminder, this flight with the A350-1000ULR covered 23,075 kilometers in 24 hours and 24 minutes of flying time. This is extremely exciting, as an all-new era of ultra-long-haul travel is almost here, and I'm ready for it, as this test flight brings us one step closer to Project Sunrise. Next up, Boeing have delivered their 150th and final 767 freighter for FedEx. This marks quite an achievement, with FedEx now having 150 of these aircraft, but it's also sad for Boeing, with the production of the 767 coming to an end in 2027. This aircraft, November 244 Foxtrot Echo for those who are interested, would be FedEx's final 767. The remaining aircraft in Boeing's backlog consist of military KC-46 aircraft, as well as a few more freighters for fellow cargo airline UPS. FedEx have ordered the 767s to help replace some of their older MD-11 and Airbus A300 wide-body cargo aircraft. However, with hundreds of 767s still operating in regular service, including with passenger airlines Delta and United, this aircraft isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But FedEx receiving their final example does mark another step in the beginning of the end for this once legendary wide-body airliner. Moving right along, United Airlines have received their first Airbus A321XLR, with the aircraft flying from the Airbus delivery center in Toulouse, France, to Tampa, Florida. I covered quite a bit about the XLR and the Coastliner, its A321neo counterpart, coming to United very soon, in a previous video, so I won't go into great detail here. United hope these aircraft can help replace their aging Boeing 757 fleet. Air France are bidding farewell to their Airbus A330-200 aircraft, to leave the fleet entirely by March of 2027. Air France first ordered the smaller capacity A330-200 back in the 1990s to replace their aging fleet of Airbus A310 aircraft. With deliveries of new aircraft such as A350s and Boeing 787s, keeping this tiny subfleet of only 10 aircraft just doesn't make sense anymore. However, the A330-200 will be missed by plane spotters and aviation enthusiasts around the world. Also, make sure to check out my friend Gabe's excellent video flying Air France's A330-200 to St. Martin. It was a great video and I've linked it up above. Next up, a story no one ever expected, Allegiant are announcing they will have a first-class product. This is a major twist for the low-cost carrier, and doesn't make much sense at face value. After acquiring Sun Country Airlines, another low-cost carrier, many would think that Allegiant would stick to its low-cost growth and expansion. However, the airline shocked everyone by announcing a first-class product that will be joining them in spring of 2027. This is extremely unusual for a low-cost airline, and we shall see how it goes for them. Also, I apologize for not more pictures, but there are not many promotional images of this cabin released yet. Next up, another major win for Airbus, with 3 airlines placing pretty substantial orders for A330neo aircraft. The first airline being SAS, ordering 18 aircraft valued at more than $5.7 billion list price. SAS, already a prominent Airbus operator, already fly the A330, as well as the A321LR and A350, so ordering the A330neo makes a lot of sense for the Scandinavian flag carrier. Next up, Azul Airlines are adding 4 A330-900neo aircraft to their fleet, representing $1.5 billion at list prices. Azul already fly the aircraft type, but being a major operator of A330, they're also a fan of the 330neo, and ordering these aircraft make a lot of sense. The final airline is China Eastern, ordering 25 A330-900neo aircraft valued at $9.35 billion at list prices. Together, the three airlines make up 47 new A330neo aircraft, roughly $16.5 billion in orders at list prices. This is a huge vote of confidence for the A330neo, and a major win for Airbus as the program continues to become more and more successful. Next up, there's been a terrifying incident by a Lufthansa Boeing 787 Dreamliner suffering a nose gear collapse at Frankfurt Airport. While the aircraft was parked on the stand getting ready to be loaded up, the nose gear popped up as if it were to retract, and the plane fell to the ground. As you can see, this could have been extremely dangerous. Luckily, no passengers were hurt, and ground crew members only suffered minor injuries. The investigation has now revealed that the cause of this incident was the gear pin. This pin, as seen here in this video, is inserted into a little hole which prevents the gear from collapsing when parked on the ground. These gear pins are also removed prior to departure, so the gear can retract once the plane takes off. This simple $20 part caused the multi-million-dollar plane to come crashing to the ground. Luckily, the incident has been resolved, and no staff members were seriously hurt, given that this could have been a much worse incident. Final major story, the Air Force One VC-25A, based on the 747-200, has been retired, yet not retired. It's very confusing. Several weeks ago, the US Air Force and the Trump administration received the first VC-25 Bridge aircraft. The VC-25 Bridge is a highly modified 747-8 gifted to the Trump administration amid a lot of controversy from the Qatari government. This aircraft, known as the Bridge, as I previously mentioned, serves as the interim Air Force One until the 747-8s that are currently being modified to be the long-term replacement can come to the US Air Force when they're done with their retrofits. In the end, this is still a very complex situation, with no clear timeline known about the actual 747s that will take up the job. And since Trump announced the official new Air Force One, he took the older 747-200 model on an international trip, so this is still a very confusing time. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on this anymore, and I will bring you further updates if we know more. Finally, we move on to general aviation, with Garmin Technologies developing an all-new system called Garmin Axis. Axis is an integrated flight display system for general aviation, and is a huge step forward compared to the previous generation of cockpit avionic equipment. There are lots of innovations that come with Axis, however, this warrants a full video all on its own, talking about the new technology, what it replaces, what it improves, and perhaps flying in one as well. More about that to come soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this news video. I really enjoy making these news updates, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing about them, as I think the aviation news is so important. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, you know what to do. I'll be wishing you blue skies and tailwinds.